Picking between the Asus ZenBook S16 and the Dell XPS 16 in 2026 is a total toss-up. One's a ceramic aluminum beast, while the other is pure minimalist luxury. Check the links below for the best deals, and hit like, it helps a ton. Make sure to watch till the end before you buy. By the finish, you'll know exactly which laptop is the winner. When you put the Asus ZenBook S16 next to the Dell XPS 16, you're looking at two totally different philosophies on what a premium 16-inch laptop should be in 2026. Asus is really leaning into its Ceraluminum material, which feels pretty wild to the touch. It's got this matte, stone-like texture that's way better at hiding those annoying greasy fingerprints than your typical metal laptop. It's also impressively light for its size, coming in around 3.3 pounds, which makes it feel a lot more portable than you'd expect for a 16-inch machine. On the flip side, Dell is sticking with that ultra-refined CNC machined aluminum and the Gorilla Glass keyboard deck. It feels incredibly dense and expensive, like a solid block of tech, but it's definitely the heavier of the two at 375 pounds. While the ZenBook goes for a bit of artistic flair with those kintsugi-inspired lines on the lid, the XPS 16 is almost aggressively minimal. It's sleek as heck, but that style-first approach means you lose out on some of the physical tactile feedback you might be used to. This contrast becomes even more obvious when you look at the ports. Asus clearly listened to the folks who are tired of carrying around a bag full of adapters. They managed to cram in a USB-A port, an HDMI 2.1, and even a full-size SD card reader alongside the dual Thunderbolt 4 ports. For anyone who still uses a regular thumb drive or needs to plug into a conference room projector, it's a massive win for convenience. Dell, however, is fully committed to the minimalist future. You get 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports and a headphone jack, and that's the end of the story. If you need to offload photos from a camera or hook up an older peripheral, you're going to be living that dongle life. It makes the XPS look cleaner on a desk for sure, but the ZenBook feels like the more versatile tool for a pro who doesn't want to hunt for a hub every 5 minutes. Even though the XPS is technically a bit thicker, the ZenBook manages to feel like the more complete package in terms of day-to-day utility just because of that extra connectivity baked right into the chassis. When you're staring at these screens for 8 hours a day, the nuances between the Asus ZenBook S16 and the Dell XPS 16 really start to pop. The ZenBook S16 brings that classic, punchy 3K OLED experience we've come to expect from Asus, and at 120 Hz, everything from scrolling through a long PDF to editing high-res photos feels buttery smooth. It's got those deep blacks that make movie nights a blast, though it can struggle a bit if you're sitting right next to a sunny window, since the peak brightness is just good rather than blinding. Dell, on the other hand, went all out with this Tandem OLED tech. It's essentially stacking 2 OLED layers, which gives it this incredible brightness boost that the Asus just can't quite match. At 3.2K resolution, the XPS 16 looks insanely sharp, and that adaptive refresh rate is a lifesaver for the battery. It's the kind of screen that makes you feel like you're looking at a printed magazine rather than a bunch of pixels, and for content creators who need that 100% DCI P3 coverage, the color accuracy is basically professional grade right out of the box. Moving up to the webcams, there's a noticeable gap in how these two handle your face during a Zoom call. The Asus keeps it practical with a 1080p sensor that does a solid job of cleaning up background noise and keeping you in frame with its AI tricks. It's perfectly fine for your average Monday morning meeting, even if it's not going to win any cinematography awards. Dell, though, decided to treat the webcam like a priority rather than an afterthought. They packed in an 8-megapixel sensor that captures way more detail and handles those tricky low-light home office setups much better. It also has a wider field of view, which is great if you like to gesture with your hands while you talk, though it can sometimes catch a bit too much of your messy room in the background. Both laptops lean into Windows Hello facial recognition, which is a total game changer for just sitting down and getting to work without fumbling for a password, though the Dell sensor feels a hair faster in recognizing you from various angles. The input methods are probably the most polarizing part of this comparison because they represent two totally different schools of thought. Asus sticks to a more traditional, comfortable layout that's basically plug and play for anyone who's ever used a laptop. The keys have enough travel to feel satisfying, and the spacing is just right so you aren't constantly hitting the wrong letter during a late-night typing session. Their glass touchpad is massive and works exactly how you'd expect, with a physical click that feels grounded and responsive. Dell's XPS 16 is a completely different animal that might drive some people crazy while making others feel like they're living in the year 2050. They used this zero-lattice design where the keys are literally touching each other with no gaps. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it definitely takes a few days for your muscle memory to catch up, especially if you're a fast typist used to traditional key spacing. Then there's that invisible haptic trackpad hidden under a single sheet of glass. It's super sleek because there are no visible lines, but it can be a little disorienting at first since you have to guess exactly where the borders are. It provides a tactile buzz instead of a physical click, which is great for precision, but lacks that old-school mechanical thud. Audio quality is another area where Dell seems to have found a bit of magic despite their minimalist obsession. Even though the speakers are tucked away and fire downwards, the sound is surprisingly rich and fills a room with a lot of presence. You get a decent amount of low-end thump for a laptop, which makes watching trailers or listening to Spotify while you work feel a lot more immersive. The ZenBook S16 is no slouch either, but it focuses more on clarity and crisp vocals. If you're mostly listening to podcasts or jumping on business calls, the Asus sounds great because the dialogue is front and center, but it lacks that extra oomph in the bass that gives the XPS its cinematic feel. It's a bit thinner in terms of the overall soundstage, though still a massive step up from your average mid-range Ultrabook. Finally, the endurance of these machines really highlights the different paths Intel and AMD have taken this year. The ZenBook, powered by those new Ryzen AI chips, manages to squeeze out about 12 hours of real-world use, which is more than enough to get through a standard workday and a commute without hunting for a wall outlet. It's efficient and reliable, even if it doesn't break any world records. The XPS 16, however, is a bit of a marathon runner. Between the Tandem OLED's efficiency and the way Dell has tuned the Intel Core Ultra processor, you can see video playback stretching past 20 hours in some tests. In a normal mix of browsing, emails, and streaming, it consistently outlasts the Asus by a few hours. It's the kind of battery life that actually lets you leave the charger at home for a weekend trip, which is a pretty huge deal for a laptop with a screen this big and bright. While the ZenBook charges quickly with a standard 65-watt brick, the Dell's sheer longevity means you're just reaching for the cable less often throughout the week. When you look under the hood of these two machines, you're seeing the 2026 peak of the thin and light but huge category, but they handle raw power in very different ways. The Asus ZenBook S16 leans heavily on AMD's Ryzen AI 9HX370, which is a beast when it comes to balancing high-end productivity with AI-driven efficiency. It feels snappy and responsive even when you're pushing it with dozens of Chrome tabs and a handful of background apps. Dell, meanwhile, opted for the Intel Core Ultra X7 358H. While Intel's chip is undeniably fast for daily tasks and hits some impressive benchmark numbers in short bursts, it's clearly tuned for efficiency. In a side-by-side battle of raw endurance during heavy multitasking, the AMD chip in the ZenBook tends to hold its ground a bit more firmly, whereas the Dell starts to dial things back once the heat starts to build up in that super slim chassis. Both are technically AI PCs, but the ZenBook's NPU feels like it's doing a bit more of the heavy lifting for those Copilot Plus features. When it comes to creative work like photo and video editing, both of these laptops are great for the prosumer crowd, but start to show their limits if you're trying to render a feature film. The ZenBook S16 is surprisingly capable of handling moderate video projects and heavy image editing without much stuttering, thanks to that strong CPU rendering performance. It handles Photoshop-style workloads like a champ. The XPS 16 is a bit more of a specialist. Its screen is a total dream for color-accurate photo work, but the actual processing power for heavy 4K timelines can feel a little restricted. Because Dell prioritized a quiet and cool experience, you might notice some thermal throttling during long rendering sessions that the ZenBook avoids just a little bit better. Neither of these is going to replace a full-blown workstation with a dedicated RTX graphics card, but for a creator on the move who needs to cut a high-res video or edit a massive gallery, they're both very solid options that don't require carrying a 10-pound brick. Gaming is where things get really interesting for integrated graphics in 2026. The Asus features the Radeon 890M, and it's honestly impressive how much work that little iGPU can do. You can actually fire up a game like Cyberpunk 2077 on low settings with FSR and get a playable experience, which was pretty much unheard of for an Ultrabook just a few years ago. It handles titles like Civilization 7 smoothly at a reduced resolution, making it a decent companion for some casual gaming during a flight or a lunch break. The Dell's Intel Arc B390 is definitely a step up from the integrated graphics of the past and can handle esports titles or indie games without breaking a sweat, but it falls a bit flat when you try to push those modern AAA titles at higher settings. It's more of a productivity-first gaming maybe machine, while the ZenBook feels like it has just a little more graphical oomph to spare when you actually want to unwind. Even without a dedicated GPU, the gap between Ultrabook and gaming machine is getting narrower, but the ZenBook definitely feels like the one that's pushing that boundary harder this year. Ultimately, the Asus ZenBook S16 is the winner. The XPS 16 is a design marvel, but for real-world use, you can't beat having actual ports, a lighter chassis, and that reliable AMD power. It's just the more complete package for 2026. Don't forget to check those links below, and I'll catch you in the next one.